Hello and welcome to Nighttime Natters on July the 15th. It's about 11:30. I'm in bed early tonight. I had a night off tonight and I decided to stay indoors, watch a bit of television and now have an early night because tomorrow I've got 2 shows. So I'm going to rest up and have a nice early sleep because this morning I was up very early because I took my friend Clive back to the airport. He was flying at 7 o'clock, so I had to get him to the airport for 6ish. So I did that and then came back and had a couple of hours skip and then got up about 10:15 I think. Last night, somebody who was on my friends list posted on a venue that I work at here in Tenerife, posted on their wall that it was a crap hole, and then the person who sort of like books the acts and is the host and compere messaged me and said, because obviously I came up as a mutual friend, but the person's not a friend of mine at all. I've met them once or twice, spoke to them on Facebook, really not my cup of tea. Now when I say not my cup of tea, I don't mean that I don't fancy them or just really not my cup of tea. Somebody that I probably wouldn't go out for a drink with or go out to dinner with or really so put in my life, because I've seen quite a lot of stuff on Facebook that they've put and it's very dramatic and there's always a problem. So I sort of shy away from that sort of thing. Anyway, I contacted them and said, I think that's a bit out of order. Why would you go on someone's wall? If you don't like going to a venue, fair enough, but why would you go on the wall and, you know, sort of write a load of rubbish on there? And they put on it crap hole. And then the host contacted me and said, you know him. And anyway, cut a long story short, I messaged him and at first they didn't know, they denied it. So I had to tag them in the post so they could see it. And they said, oh yes. And then they were like really bitchy about it and saying, for fuck's sake, didn't realise you had shares in the place and all this nonsense stuff. And then actually got really personal and said that I'm a tosser and a knob and a twat and I'm a pretender to the throne. Didn't get it, didn't understand it at all, and everybody says this and that. And I said, you need to do your research a little bit better, because really in the time that I've been here, only a few people know me very well, know me. And a lot of people sing about their life stories and whatnot to people. I've spoke to people about my drug addiction and I was quite upfront and honest about that, and people have said to me that they've admired my honesty. So as anybody knows, that's the way I am. But don't threaten me and, oh, they're going to wipe the floor with me. And they own a property here in Tenerife. Wow. So that was a bit funny, and I've actually removed him off my list now as a friend. And I spoke to another friend of mine who's coming here to stay on Saturday, and I said, I'm sorry, I really don't know what's going on, and because I wasn't, if someone messages me, I'll message them back and say hello or whatever. I'm quite polite. I was brought up that way by my mum to say she always taught me and her mum as well, always be respectful, just please and thank you, hello and goodbye cost nothing. If I was in a tube or on a bus and the lady got on and it was packed solid, I'd stand up and offer my seat. Or I would say to somebody, if I was standing, I'd actually say to someone, are you going to stand up and give this lady the seat? Because that's the way I was brought up, to respect. So anyone that's calling, name calling, and me calling me a bit, oh, I actually said, listen, I don't like people like you, gay people, really, real queens. I prefer, you know, straight men, because they're more of a challenge. I said to this person, I'd go as far as to say that I'm homophobic, which obviously I'm not, but it makes you feel that way around people like that, especially when, you know, they're talking about gonna wipe the floor with me and put me down. But the worst thing they said to me was that I'm who's gonna look after me when I'm older, and I'm desperate, and I'm probably riddled. Now, if you don't know what that means, what he's implying is that I'm riddled with a sexual disease, and an incurable one. So we're talking HIV or AIDS here, and obviously I am not, but I found that very disturbing coming from somebody who doesn't even know me. And I told them to do a bit more research about it, because you don't know anything. I've repeated it and I've showed the messages to certain people and they've gone mental. So I'd just like to say, if you do intend to wipe the floor with me, when you do come up to my rancid Villa Cilia Blancas, as you called it, and you ring the doorbell, make sure you know who's going to open the door to you. On a brighter note, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock sharp, with a daily sing-song. All right? Sleep well. Good night.